What's up guys, and welcome back to my channel. As you can tell from the title of this video, it is why my hair, my eyelashes and my nails grow so quickly. I know some people might think, oh well, you know, her ethnicity is a kind that allows her to have long lustrous hair, and yes, being Persian, being of a heritage from Iran, the women are known to have really thick full hair. I am definitely blessed in that department, but I don't actually have that thick sort of Persian hair myself. My hair, as I've been told, is actually very fine hair, but there is just a lot of it. I do know that this has definitely increased because when implementing these sorts of things that I have, my hair has grown and it has thickened out a lot. That's the same when it comes to my eyelashes. I have always had long eyelashes growing up, but they definitely have grown a lot thicker and a lot longer since these tips too. So we are going to get straight into the video. Yes. You're so unimpressed. So I just have three main tips for today that I feel were the main things that really did bring on this huge change when it came to my hair, nails, eyelashes, even my skin. So the very first thing that I do want to talk about is gut health. Now, gut health is a massive topic, and there are so many different opinions out there, so many different studies out there. But when it comes to gut health, for me, the thing that I wanted to really correct in myself was my gut lining and also my microbiome diversity. When I was in 5th year uni, I was becoming very sick. It was a very stressful year, so it didn't help. But I started to notice my hair was falling out a lot. My skin was looking very dull. I wasn't feeling healthy. I was always crashing, always feeling tired, and I knew a change needed to happen. Once I finished 5th year uni, I decided, being in the health profession, working in a clinic and being around so many other chiropractors and other people who do work in the health professions, I was constantly surrounded by people who knew a lot about hormones, regulation, absorption, gut health. I was very blessed to be around it, and I was very blessed to be able to go to a lot of these seminars myself. I decided to myself that I really wanted to correct my gut. I wanted to fix it, specifically the lining, and like I said, the diversity of my microbiome. For those of you who aren't quite sure what a microbiome is, it's about the good bacteria or the healthy bacteria that you do have living in your intestines. They are really good for helping you to digest food and helping you to absorb food and expel toxic waste. So I did check a couple of things. I checked for parasites, I checked for fungal infections, I checked for chemical toxicity or a buildup of toxicity. I knew that I had to correct those things before I even began to think about my diet. But definitely when it comes to chemical toxicity or when it does come to fungal infections, diet is actually super important. But it was more the parasites that if I did have any, I wanted to clear. I also decided to take out the 3 main trigger foods that can lead to inflammation. They can be specific to different people, but for me, they were definitely gluten, dairy, and refined sugars or refined carbohydrates as well. So I didn't want to do this as a lifestyle forever. I knew that it was just for a certain time, that I just needed to heal. This was like my healing process, and I knew that I had to do it. I didn't have this fear of, oh my God, I'll never eat this again. I can't live like this, and, you know, freaked myself out about that. I just decided I need to heal myself and then see where it goes from there. And that's exactly what I did. I believe for a solid 3 to 6 months, I stuck really true to this, and I definitely lived that sort of a lifestyle. So my foods were very much whole foods. They were based on eating foods that would provide my body with nutrients, that would provide my body with the vitamins and minerals that I wanted. And as a result of that, my bowels, which were at that point very sluggish, started to improve. I started to notice that I was getting less bloating. I actually was not experiencing bloating at all. I noticed that a lot of other foods that I seemed to have a trigger to, and these were things like garlic, they were things like tomatoes and mushrooms, eggs. All these foods weren't bothering my gut anymore. The second thing that I decided to do was go for a more plant-based diet. I don't know, I just woke up January 1st and I decided I was sick of feeling like this. I didn't want to feel sluggish anymore. I didn't want to feel unwell anymore. Especially my bowels, they were so slow. And I just decided I was getting off all animal products. And that's what I did. Again, I'm not here to promote a vegan lifestyle. I'm not saying that this is the right way and the only way, but through my experience of being this way for the last 4 to 5 years, I definitely think that it does have its merit, and here's why. So I did read a lot of books that were related to eating a more plant-based lifestyle, why you need to do it, and how it's so important. One of the books that I did read was the Beauty Detox Diet. I read this mainly because it was called the Beauty Detox Diet, and I wanted to understand what the beauty part of it was. But as I read the book, I realized that she was I believe Kimberly Snyder is a vegan actually, and she does live this plant-based lifestyle, and she definitely talks about why. A lot of people must know that our digestive system is longer than a carnivore's. It's still smaller than a herbivore's, but it's definitely longer than a carnivore's. And the biggest trigger for me of wanting to stay off animal products was due to the acidity of animal products. It takes a lot longer for the body to digest it, and it takes a lot more work on the body's behalf to be able to balance the pH and all sorts of things to then expel that toxic waste. The reason a carnivore's digestive system is so much shorter than a human is because when they do eat another animal, their body absorbs all the nutrients that it needs from it, and then it expels it out very, very quickly. So that toxic waste doesn't actually sit in their system and create toxicity in their body. For me, this was huge. I just kept thinking to myself, well, we probably eat meat in the morning or some form of animal product, and then we eat it again for lunch and then again for dinner. Where do we actually give our body time to get rid of the meat or the product that is just sitting in our gut and just kind of rotting in there because the body's working so hard to get rid of it? And when I thought about this in conjunction with this high carb diet that I was eating with full of refined carbohydrates and lots of dairy, I just thought to myself, as if it's not hard enough for the body to break down those foods, but then to add in meat 3 times a day into that mix for the body to break it down, I just thought, nah, like I don't want my body's energy to be expended only on digesting. It made sense to me why other systems in my body were kind of breaking down. My liver was becoming sluggish. It made sense why my hair was falling out. It made sense why I was always crashing by about 2-3 p.m. needing a nap. All my body's energy was probably going towards breaking down these foods, and I just decided I wanted to put foods in my body that my body could very easily break down and get rid of. And that topic you can go on about for a very long time, but I'm going to move on to the next point. So the third thing that I have actually implemented in the last year or 2 is the incorporation of healthy fats into my diet. So when I first went plant-based, I definitely kept to, not even with trying, but I was on a very high fiber, low protein, low fat diet. I always knew that I had hormonal imbalances. I knew that my thyroid was sluggish as well. And even when I did fix my gut and I went on a plant-based diet, my body did find it a lot easier to detoxify, and my thyroid was functioning better and my hormones were a little bit more regulated. But when I started incorporating more healthy fats, that's when it really skyrocketed and improved. Healthy fats are really known to regulate hormones. You actually need fats to be there for hormones to be regulated and to go around the body and do their job. When we're talking about hormones, we're not just talking about female hormones and the end of it. We're also talking about things like when it comes to your belly and belly fat, when it comes to fat around your thighs or your bum, all these things, even fat on the arms, that's actually a big indication of a hormone imbalance. My arms used to be, no matter how much I worked on them, even if I was losing weight or not, they did carry a little bit more on them. So you can tell a lot from somebody's body if their hormones are not regulated. The other thing about healthy fats that I love is that it really does satiate your body. It keeps you full. This is incredibly important because whenever you do eat food, your body's sugar levels go up. It's just a natural reaction, and it should. And then what does happen is insulin is then brought in because it wants to bring those sugar levels down. When you have too much of an insulin production because of either not eating a great diet or constantly eating or overeating, the body's insulin levels stay up. And when you do have high insulin levels, it can lead to that belly fat. So again, I didn't want my body to be constantly expending energy on creating insulin to be able to bring down the glucose levels in my body because of this constant eating, because I just was never full. So when you do eat healthy fats, your body stays full for longer because the energy that you can get from the healthy fats actually works a lot longer than you can get from carbohydrates. I'm saying here that you should be on a keto diet and lower down your carbohydrates. I definitely have not. But I have noticed that when I do incorporate more healthy fats, these sorts of improvements happen. The bottom line is my whole goal was to get my body to expend its energy on other things. So for me, I wanted it to be more towards giving my energy a boost, to not keep crashing by midday or mid-afternoon. I wanted to feel more vibrant. I wanted my serotonin and dopamine levels and everything to balance out, so I constantly did feel happy and full of life. I did want my skin to look less dull. It was going through a really bad phase. I wanted my hair to just grow back. I was getting patchy all through here. I was getting patchy up through there. It was horrible. My lashes grew so much longer. They grew so much thicker. My nails kept growing. I don't actually grow my nails, as you can tell. As a chiropractor, they need to be short, but I just loved how healthy they were and how quickly they grew. I've definitely done a lot of different things with my diet. I mainly do these things because I want to be able to explain it to my patients when they come to me and say, oh, I've heard of this, what does this mean? Or I've tried this and this didn't work, what does that mean? I have tried a lot of different fads and I have tried a lot of different diets that are based on science. And again, mainly it's because I want to be able to explain it to my patients, because I feel at the end of the day, a lot of our physical ailments, a lot of our emotional ailments, a lot of our physiological ailments are definitely related to diet and lifestyle, and definitely mental health. But diet is huge, and it is one of the most important things. So I'm going to wrap it up here. Those are the three main things that I definitely did change, and this is why my hair, my eyelashes, my nails, my skin, everything is so vibrant, why it's grown. My now husband, when we were dating, every time he'd see me, he'd be like, oh, you're glowing more, or your eyelashes look so much longer, or your hair feels so much thicker. So there were things that were definitely very noticeable, and I definitely do put it down to these three big changes that I made in my life. I also do a lot of other, healthy things in my lifestyle or as a part of my diet to keep working on the health of my body, but these are definitely the three main things. I hope you really enjoyed. Comment down below if you've experienced the same thing, or if you've done something else that you feel has really made a difference when it comes to your physical health. Other than that, please subscribe to my channel, like this video, and I will see you all next week. Bye guys.